All right, so now we're on this W3Schools HTML tutorial, HTML elements. All right, so an HTML element is defined by a start tag, some content, and an end tag. Here's another repeater of something we just learned in this introduction right here, but we'll go over it again just to reiterate. HTML elements. So the HTML element is everything from the start tag to the end tag. Tag name right here, it's an open tag name. Content goes here, and then with this slash close tag name right here. This is basically the closer. Right? Examples of some HTML elements. Here's an open H1, my first heading with a close H1, and then an open P tag with a my first paragraph and a closed P tag. Just like we said on the other one, in the other video. And some HTML elements have no content, like the BR element, and these elements are called empty elements. Empty elements do not have an end tag, turns out. All right, so now here's some new stuff. So we're going to learn about nested HTML elements. So HTML elements can be nested, which means that elements can contain other elements. So basically, okay, we'll go through this. All HTML documents consist of nested HTML elements, and the following example contains 4 HTML elements: the HTML element, the body element, the H1 element, and the P element. Right? So this body is nested inside of this HTML element, and these two right here, the H1 and the P, are nested inside of the body element. All right? So the HTML, we're going to explain the example, their style. The HTML element is the root element, and it defines the whole HTML document. It has a start tag HTML, open HTML I should say, and the end tag close HTML, right? Then inside the HTML element there is a body element, all right? So it's just like this. Here's the body, and here's the stuff inside of it, nested inside of it. The body element defines the document's body. It has a start tag body and an end tag close body, right, like that. Then inside the body element, there are 2 other elements, the H1 and the P, all right? So the H1's this and the P's this. The H1 element defines a heading, and it has a start tag H1 and an end tag close H1. And then it looks like this, of course. And then the P element defines a paragraph. It has a start tag P and an end tag P. And then here's that. I know this stuff is repetitive, and we all know it, but the thing is, trust me, it's better to go through it like a couple of times instead of not doing it. Trust me. Never skip the end tag. Some HTML elements will display correctly, even if you forget the end tag. All right? So like this one here and this one here. All right? However, actually, let's try it ourselves, and look, it does work. But down here it says, however, never rely on this. Unexpected results and errors may occur if we forget the end tag. I've got all these up from the last time when I was testing out the microphone about, I don't know, 2 hours ago. Anyway, whatever. So here's the the empty HTML elements. HTML elements with no content are called empty elements. The BR tag defines a line break and is an empty element without a closing tag, all right? So here's the BR right here. So this is, and this should come on the next line, paragraph with a line break, all right? So let's try it ourselves, and there it is, and just like we said right there, all right? HTML is not case sensitive. HTML tags are not case sensitive. The uppercase P means the same as the lowercase p. The HTML standard does not require lowercase tags, but W3C recommends lowercase in HTML and demands lowercase for stricter document types like XHTML. We might or may not learn about that. I don't know. At W3Schools, we always use lowercase tag names, turns out. HTML tag reference. W3Schools tag reference contains additional information about these tags and their attributes. So like this one here is going to take us to the HTML tag page, and we can read all about that. Not that much. And then the body, same thing. And then the H1 to H6, same thing. All right? So this is basically just telling us how we can use this site if we so feel. So for a complete list of all available HTML tags, we can visit this page right here, which has them all, I guess. Maybe there's more, maybe there's not. I don't know. We'll see later. So that's the end of that. Let's go to the next one. All right, so now we're on to HTML attributes, and we'll see you next time.